Good morning. This is Hired Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Great hour coming up. Lots of content, lots to talk about. If you have a question that Google can't answer, 248-539-9797. It's ticket text. We'll be able to give you an answer there. And, of course, if you're a contractor, police, fire, anyone listening, you want a shout-out, it's Shout-Out Saturday. Just text us, 248-539-9797. On the line right now is the king of water. That's how we address him here at the Hire It Done Radio Network. His name's Jared Beauchamp, Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Adam. How you doing?
I am so good today, I don't know what to do with myself. How do you like that?
It's every Saturday.
Right?
That's fantastic. Fantastic.
So, you can love your water. Let's get right into it. Reverse osmosis systems require a little bit of maintenance with just a few filters needing to be changed once a year. Is that right?
Yep. Once a year, change them, and you got purified water right at your kitchen tap. And also at your refrigerator to make ice and chilled water.
It makes you love your water, basically, the way I look at it. So what's the latest and greatest in Beauchamp?
Today's Salt Sale Saturday. We're taking the day to appreciate and thank our vets first and foremost. God knows we wouldn't be here enjoying this radio show without them. So thanks to all the vets listening today.
Yeah, happy Veterans Day. Thank you, everyone, for your service. So, Jared, you got how many locations now?
4 locations.
Where are they at?
Fenton, Waterford, Howell, and Heartland.
And if someone wants to go today, it's Salt Sale Saturday for their, get salt for their water softener. 40-pound bag is how much?
$6.99 for a 40-pound bag of DuraCube, which is the cleanest salt. It's like running premium salt through your water softener, kind of like running premium fuel through your car.
And it's not as expensive either because it's on sale. When someone picks it up at your place, do you recommend them getting a new filter, or do you ever offer any other ideas for them to get better water?
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up, Adam. On Saturdays, we really try to take the time. If they come in, they've got just general questions. We get a lot of people that move into new homes. They just don't know what system is in their house. So we try to really be there to try to answer those questions for you. We service all makes and models. So if you're just not familiar with what you have, give us a call. We're happy to educate you on what you need to do, test your water, and kind of help give you the guidance that you need, especially if you've never had a water softener before.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So what's the phone number if someone wants to call you and get a quote for a new water softener?
Phone number is 810-632-2000, and we can come out to your house, do a free water evaluation, and, check out your system. And sometimes you've got old filters down there, haven't been changed in a while, so we can help guide you through what needs to get done to make sure that your water is clean and safe.
Interesting that you say that, because if you have an old softener and you just haven't updated, can you do like you said, your salt is premium, not the premium pricing. What about like a tune-up or a reset or a cleaning, whatever? What's the process to maintain a water softener system?
A water softener, you need to keep water softener salt in it. Periodically, you should have your well water retested and recalibrate your softener to make sure that it's set correctly, because water does change. What's coming out of your well today may not be what came out of it last month, last year, or what's going to come out of it, next year or next month. So water changes, so we want to retest the well water, reevaluate it, check any settings. The biggest thing, Adam, is a lot of these filters. In a lot of homes, whether you're on city water or well water, there's filters that are put on where people kind of, do-it-yourselfers, they'll try to put on a filter, and people don't realize, and they've never changed the filters, especially if you're a new homeowner or newer. Well, yeah, that filter has never been changed. Well, that filter can be harboring a lot of contaminants that now it's just now putting negative things into the water.
Gross.
So
totally gross.
You really want to get things checked out. If you're not sure what you have, call us. We're happy to take a look at it. We're happy to tune it up. We're not just going to come out to sell you something. If you need something, we'll advise. If you have something that's working, it just needs to be tweaked, we're going to tweak it for you, and we're going to save you the money.
Okay, I love that. And as we wrap it up here, if someone has city water, you still do filtration systems for city water as well, right?
Yep, water purification systems. Yep. And we also can do a whole house filter that'll help control, the chemicals, the chlorine that a lot of these municipalities have to put in the water. We can filter that out for you. So the water is much better. It's like putting your whole house on a Brita filter, Adam.
Okay, well, yeah, it's much better than that. I figured as much.
Oh, yeah.
What's the phone number as we wrap it up?
810-632-2000.
And you got a website to go look at?
BeauchampWater.com.
BeauchampWater.com. Beauchamp is spelled B-E-A-U. Champ, with like champ. C-H-A-M-P. BeauchampWater.com. Jared, I want to thank you for calling in today. It's always a pleasure because you are the king of water. And if anyone out there needs clean water that won't poison you, you got to call Beauchamp. Jared, thanks for calling in, brother.
Thank you, Adam, and happy Vets Day, and thanks to all that are listening.
Yeah, thank you too, my friend. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got lots of home improvement advice and talk. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman, nationally known home improvement expert. I've got Brian Lee, Metro Home Improvement, in studio. He's also a franchisee for the Roof Resource. Brian, yours is the Roof Resource, Macomb County and beyond.
Yes, sir.
That's kind of cool. And you've been busy. You talked about it. You said how busy you are, and you said, it's the greatest change because it's modern.
Right.
And that's good. I think because the Roof Resource is different, in a great way, it's removed the stress and the complexity, I think, for any homeowner when it comes to roof replacement. Would you agree?
I agree 100%. Homeowners, they feel more comfortable in their home. I think the separation between a salesperson in their home and then being able to talk to us online has kind of loosened them up because you can see that
they're relieved.
They're relieved and they're more engaged in the conversation.
So what would you share with the audience right now? Why should someone call you?
At the Roof Resource?
Yeah.
Well, because we're going to give you a system warranty for 40 years with a 12-year labor guarantee, and that warranty is transferable. So if you ever sold your house or you later on down the road you want to gift it to your child or what have you, you can do that, number one. And number two, you're getting a roof at cost. I mean, our fees are literally nothing compared to what other roofers are charging right now.
I agree with that. But I also want to say it's full transparency.
Oh, 1,000%.
Homeowner can see everything being ordered ahead of time.
The first page of the estimate, the first page has their price on it. There is no, you got to wait, we got to contemplate, to consider, to evaluate. Bang, there's your price.
Right out of the gates. That's one of the things I like about the Roof Resource. So switching gears for a second, but we're going to get another professional's opinion, is Tim Trombley from Shelby Construction. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
So introduce yourself, because it's been, on Facebook, I looked at it. The last time you were here was October 22nd.
It was about a year ago.
Right?
Yeah.
In 2022.
Yeah.
So welcome back.
Thank you.
How's business been?
Good. It's been a little weird this year.
Yeah.
It's been
one great
spurty.
week
up
and then
down,
a slow
up
week.
and down. Yeah.
It's like a roller coaster. I get it. So Shelby Construction, obviously your daughter's name is Shelby, not Shelby Township,
Yeah.
right?
Everybody always thinks we're based in Shelby Township, but no, that's my daughter's name is Shelby. I named it after her.
I remember that. So what kind of work do you guys do?
We do roofing, siding, windows, gutters, attic insulation.
Oh, okay. So all the exterior home improvement
All
stuff.
exterior. Yep.
Okay. Which is good. So you listen to the show, you hear me talk about this Roof Resource thing, and you do roofing the traditional way. I'm curious, for the audience, and you as a professional, you've been around a long time. What is your opinion?
24 years.
Wow. So what's your opinion of it?
I don't know that much about it. It's a cool idea. It's a pretty intriguing concept. It seems like it gives the homeowner, control over the whole process.
Do you?
Which is
how long
different.
have you known Brian?
I've known Brian for 20 years.
Okay, so if Brian buys a franchise and is all in, would you agree that we could be the Amazon of roofing?
You know what? If Brian's buying into it, then it's got to be worth it.
Thank you for that. So let's talk windows for a second, because I was raised in the home improvement business, and besides dormers and additions, my dad wanted me to really, really, really be knowledgeable about windows. And so we were an Anderson window distributor back in the day.
Okay.
And so I learned about, vinyl extrusions and sanded lumber and things like that. But today, vinyl windows rule the roost. And so now there's an evolution. So talk about what the latest and greatest in windows for your whole house is.
So Energy Star recently changed their criteria. As of October 22nd, they went from Energy Star version 6.0 to Energy Star version 7.0. And basically what that did is it made the criteria a little bit more strict for a window to be Energy Star approved. It used to be 0.27 U factor. So U factor is the speed at which heat passes through the window. The lower the U factor, the more energy efficient the window is.
So the average window in your experience the last 5 years, what U factor was it? 0.23?
No, I mean, it was 0.27 up until recently. Was
that's a
Energy
double
Star.
pane,
And that's double pane,
low E.
double low E coating. Yep.
And then is the window, the frame is a welded frame?
Welded frame. We use a steel reinforced
So there's a steel
vinyl
bar,
frame.
yeah. And do they inject insulation in, or they don't need to?
You can do foam-filled frames. Honestly, though, Adam, when you lose energy through a window, you're not losing it through the frame.
It's
You're
the
losing it through the
fenestration,
glass.
Yeah,
Yep.
I figured.
Does it make the window more thermally efficient now with the new Energy Star rating?
So with the new standards of 0.22, basically the only way to hit that now is with a triple pane window. So basically, Energy Star just made double pane windows obsolete.
Wow.
And so how much more is a triple pane than a double pane?
On average, depending on the size and the style of the window, probably about 30 to 35% more
So $1,000 window is like 1,300.
for triple pane. Yeah.
See, inflation, the cost of everything. Oy vey.
Well, and what I'm running into too is I get a lot of homeowners who are in a home that's only 10 years old. The house was just built 10 years ago. And they think, what do I need windows for? My house is only 10 years old.
Right.
But what they don't realize is the builder that built that house just put in a builder grade window.
Of course.
So even though they only have a 10-year-old house, their windows
They're not there.
are garbage.
How much a square foot?
The loss of energy, because that's the largest opening in the whole entire house, the wall through the walls.
Right.
You know
And
what
if
I mean?
you notice, that's where they put all the heat registers. You
Of
ever notice
course.
that? In every room,
Yeah.
the heat register is right below your window.
Why do you think that is?
Well, the builder knows that's going to be the coldest points in the house.
So
It's right in front
have
of
the
your
heat
window.
running up around it. Interesting. And if anyone out there knows this or wants to know this, when you have water on your windows, it's not that the windows are leaking. It's called dew point. It's the outside temperature interacting with the inside temperature, and that glass migrates the temperature through. So when there's a difference in the temperature, moisture starts to, on the warmer side, starts to develop. And that's where you see the base of the window get wet.
Your biggest heat loss associated with windows is not air infiltration, it's conduction. I hear a lot of customers, they say, oh, I did the candle test. I put a candle around the window and I watched for it to flicker. Okay. Well, you might not have cold air coming
Smoke
in,
pencil, yeah.
but when you put your hand on that glass surface and that glass surface is cold, it's basically like a magnet, and it's pulling all the warm air in the room to that cold glass surface, lowering the temperature of the air, and then redistributing that air back into the room, which is why they put the heat registers right in front of the window.
Well, that makes sense. We're talking with Tim Trombley, Shelby Construction, Brian Lee in the co-host seat today. Tim, you service all Metro Detroit?
Yep. Macomb County, Oakland County, Wayne County.
Someone calls you Monday, Tuesday. Can you get out that same week?
Absolutely.
You
A lot
can.
of times we can get out that same day.
When a homeowner calls you and they say, hey, I'm thinking about getting an estimate, I heard you on Hire It Done or wherever, what's the questions you ask on the phone?
We ask them what their intentions are with the home. I get, there's two different types of customers. You have customers that say, you know what, Tim, I'm selling the house. I just want it. My realtor told me I could sell the house faster if I put new windows in it.
Excuse me to interrupt, but did you ever get a homeowner call you and say, my realtor said I need a new roof?
We get that too.
Okay.
Or we get my insurance company is going to cancel me if I don't replace my roof.
Oh boy, that's a big one coming up. Okay, so you ask them that, then you come to the house. Typically, when you go to a homeowner's house, is it evening?
Most times,
okay.
yeah. Most people work 9 to 5.
Right, and that's okay. You respect that.
Absolutely.
So a couple more questions. When you show up, typically your first appointment, hour and a half?
Yeah, we tell customers anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes, depending on how many questions they have.
How often do you go into the house and they just say, measure my windows, give me a price, and then get out?
Well, if customers had it their way, that would be every appointment. But we like to educate our customers a little bit. One of the things that makes us different is I carry economy, good, better, and best. So I'm not going to just give a customer one price.
Sure.
So I like to spend a little bit of time with them and show them the differences between the good, the better, the best. That way they can choose what's best for them. I always tell my customers, a company that only gives you one price is really just trying to sell you what's best for them, not what's best for you.
Got it. Talking with Tim Trombley, Shelby Construction. If you have a question, 248-539-9797, text us. My name's Adam Helfman. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Great show so far. Tim Trombley, Shelby Construction in studio. Welcome back, Tim.
Thanks, Adam.
We've got Brian Lee, Metro Home Improvement, and the Roof Resource franchisee, Metro Macomb and beyond.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
So we're talking with Tim. He's talking windows. This new Energy Star requirement is lowering the U value, which really, or the U value is making it better, but it's a lower number. The lower the number, the better the U value.
Correct.
Okay. So with that being said, someone texted in, I bought windows last year, and the company talked me out of triple pane due to the weight of the glass on the frame. I'm going to stop it right there. What is that? What kind of, is that BS?
I've run into a lot of companies where if they don't have triple pane or they don't offer triple pane, that's what they do is they try to talk the customer out of it. They say it's overkill. They say you don't need it. It's too heavy. What we use, Adam, is we use a steel reinforced vinyl frame.
Yeah.
So we don't need to worry about the weight of the glass.
Okay. And that makes sense. Let me ask you this. Vinyl versus fiberglass.
So fiberglass has gotten really popular over the last few years because it's stronger than vinyl, which it is. But now vinyl window manufacturers are starting to reinforce the vinyl frame with steel.
Inside the frame.
Inside the vinyl frame.
Okay.
Yep. So now with a steel reinforced vinyl window, you've got a window frame that's actually stronger than fiberglass.
But what is the strength of a fiberglass frame? You got a header above a window, right?
Right. So what is the
what's the
difference?
point?
Why do I need a stronger frame if the window opening is being held by headers, crips, and jacks?
Vinyl windows have gotten kind of a bad rap that the frames sag and they warp and they twist and
But
they buckle.
do back in the day.
Correct,
30
because they
years
were
ago,
hollow, right?
And they were mechanically put together.
fastened, which was just a fancy way of saying screwed corners.
But that's what a fiberglass window is, correct? They're mechanically
Fiberglass window,
fastened.
correct. You can't weld a fiberglass window.
Right.
So,
So
all
why would I want
fiberglass.
that?
Yeah.
Well, they've learned how to put the corners together.
The one thing
lighter
I will
than-
say about fiberglass windows is if you want red windows,
Yeah.
if you want blue windows, purple window, you can do that with
Black
fiberglass.
windows are the most popular right now. Here's why windows fiberglass got popular. You ready? Mort Krim.
I was just going to say that. Mort Krim standing on the vinyl window frame and
Right.
watching it bend.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. Marketing is what. Look at Wallside. They're actually a really good window. Wallside.
Yep.
And again, and Tim, I know you know this because you're one of the better window companies out there. What's the best window?
The best window is the one that's installed right.
See that? He knows it. Brian, you agree with that?
100%.
So here's the thing. When someone markets something all the time, if I ask you where to get a mattress or a furniture, where are you going to say?
Probably Gardner White.
Right. And in 2, 3, 4 years ago, you would have said
Art Van.
Okay. Why? Because every 6 seconds, there's a
Yep.
commercial on for that. Now, windows. But, originally, we had Home Window. Remember them?
Yeah, that was the greatest commercial
Ray
ever.
Lottie?
It would run, the window runs and jumps in the opening.
Right. That was the best. You always had Wallside.
Yep.
You got Hanson's, right? You know Brian.
Yep. I worked for Hanson's for 17 years.
Okay, so he's a good guy.
He is.
Always, they took care of business. So there's always these guys, and there's always that one up and coming window company that's like jumping on the scene. Now there's Performance Fiberglass and Performance Remodeling. Rich, you know him?
Yep.
They're great guys. They do a great job. So it's a crowded space. So what makes you different, and I'm gonna, from my perception on the outside, is that I would call you guys a boutique. You are the owner. You're out in front of homeowners. You guys have a tight crew. The satisfaction's 100% every time.
Yep. I mean, we get 5-star review after 5-star
Yeah, of
review
course.
after 5-star review. I would say one of the things that makes us a little bit different is we're a small enough company that we really do give that personal touch to customers.
Yeah, you do.
My customers see me as the owner out on the job site on day of install. I come out and walk the job with them. I come out and check on my guys, make sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to, making sure that, like you said, the best window is the one that's installed right.
Right. And so that's the key.
I can vouch for him, and I'll tell you how. Because we work together on projects back and forth, and I've seen their installs, and homeowners rave about their installations.
Yeah. And well, when he was on the show, I've seen his work. So I'm with you 100%. 248-539-9797. You have a question about windows. You got a question about roofing or anything that Google can't answer. And plus, it's also Shout Out Saturday. So if you're a contractor, we want to hear from you. I've known you've covered this in the past, but can you touch base on hiring a knowledgeable home inspector? obviously, Brian, you know a bunch of home inspectors.
Yeah, there's a bunch out there. Post the Pillar does a decent job. A really good job. Weatherstone, yeah.
There's a lot of good ones out there.
Just look for certifications. Make sure that they're properly certified and that those certifications are up to date.
I like that. Here's what I look for as well. There's two kinds of inspectors, in my opinion. There's the deal maker and the deal breaker. The deal breaker is the guy who's going to find every little inch of the house and come up with all this and scare you from buying it. The deal maker is the guy who's going to find the same defects, but he's going to propose a solution to each defect. Who do you want?
Yeah, I want the deal maker.
Right. That's the difference. So that's why it's important to do that. Here's another one. I bought windows last year. Oh, we talked about that. Here's one. Water, and this I want your opinion, both of you. Water on the inside of your glass windows is because the humidity inside the home is too high. What are your thoughts?
Well, that was the old fallacy, right? That you had too much humidity in the house. But with today's furnaces being highly efficient, number one, and number two, with dehumidifiers being installed and humidifiers being installed to adjust the inside moisture balance, that's not necessarily true any longer. I mean,
I agree. It's possible, if you've got your humidifier cranked up on max, it's possible. But the most common thing is that glass surface, is that interior glass surface being cold it's the pop can effect. You take a cold pop can out of the fridge, you set it in a warm room, it's going to sweat.
Glass of ice water. Yep. Here's the thing. It's called dew point, okay? That's what it is. Now, humidity does make a difference, but the key here is when it's 50-degree different temperature or 30-degree different temperature, that cold, the moisture in the air starts to solidify. And that's what drips down the glass and becomes...
Absolutely.
So, but you made a good point earlier about the heat registers. That actually validates the whole thing. So... Tim, what was the number one project you did this year?
You mean what did I do more of?
Yeah.
I'd say it's a good mix. I'd say we probably did a third of our business was windows, a third siding, and a third roofing.
Gotcha. Now, when you do roofing, are you a CertainTeed guy? Which one are you?
I use CertainTeed. Again, with the good, better, best. We are a select shingle master.
What's the number one CertainTeed shingle you sell?
I probably sell more Landmark Pro than anything else.
I think that's like
I do sell a lot of Northgate too, which is the SBS modified rubberized shingle.
Yeah, the SBS is starting to gain popularity, especially with the hail. But that's
class 4 impact resistant. It's a good product.
All right, here's a good one that came in, and I don't know enough about it, but I've started looking into it, and I'm going to be doing a report on it. But do spray roof coatings really work?
I'm not a fan. Just my personal opinion. I feel like it's snake oil.
Roof Max and a couple of those. I don't know anything negative about them yet, but I'm going to be doing it. What do you think, Brian?
There was a company a few years ago that was doing spray roof coatings, and they ended up getting sued because they had more granular loss after they applied the product.
Well, the guy walked down the roof and
Yep. So, I mean, how do you want to take that?
Exactly. What do you do?
A lot of shingle manufacturers' warranties can be voided by putting that spray on the shingle.
There is a disclaimer in the warranty that actually says it.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. So what does it do? Kick the can down the road and give you an extra 2-3 years?
Maybe an extra 6 months to a year. For the price that you're going to pay for the spray coating, I would just put that in a bank account and save to get the roof or get financing.
I feel like they're taking advantage of customers that are scared to have to replace their roof.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly.
Well, let me ask you this. If that's the case and they're afraid of that, what are your thoughts if it was a roofing company, it's a big roofing company in town, and they didn't sell a roof, but they own the coating company too, and then they call you back and say, hey, Mrs. Jones, I don't know if you're in the market for a new roof, but we have this coating, and you don't know it's the same company. Back in the day, there were companies that did that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, there were.
Is it unethical?
I think it is.
It's borderline. It's borderline unethical.
I would never promote anything like that. It's just terrible. So it is what it is. But anyways, I don't think coatings are the way to go yet, but I'm going to absolutely do a little deep dive. In fact, Brian, you're going to help me. We're going to go buy some. We're going to put some on a roof. I need a new roof on my house, by the way. I can't wait.
I know somebody that can do it for you.
Yeah. I'm going to get it at cost, though. All right, we got a couple good questions that came in. We're going to take a quick break, though. 248-539-9797. This is Hire It Done. We got Tim Trombley from Shelby Construction and Brian Lee, Metro Home Improvement in studio. We're taking your questions. Texting, of course. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We've got Tim Trombley, Shelby Construction in studio with Brian Lee, Metro Home Improvement. So, Tim, I got a question that came in. Why did window companies charge the same price for small windows as a larger window? That's not true, is it?
No, windows are priced by the United Inch. The
Right.
bigger the window, the more expensive it is. The smaller the window, the cheaper it is.
But I can see guys coming into a house, walking in and counting the windows and just be like, all right, the average window's $1,000. And you count them.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Lazy salespeople.
Lazy, right?
Yep, laziness.
Don't buy from those people, folks. Why not, right?
Now, I will say we do have a minimum. We were talking during the break. Is
there an average cost on a window today?
Yeah, I would say between $800 and $1,200 a window is
Used
about
to be
the average.
$300. You remember? $99.
Right.
Yeah. The $199 window. I remember those billboards all over the place.
It's interesting. You know what? You got to give them credit because that's the loss leader. You know how they go with that.
Yeah.
But it worked for years.
Yep.
No interest till $19.99. It's one of those things. So it's interesting. What is your prediction for 2024?
I think I'm hoping that things are going to loosen back up a little bit.
It's been a tough year.
It has. People are, I think they want to hold on to their money a little bit right now.
It's an uneasiness.
Yes. A lot of uneasiness. That's a great way to describe it.
I mean, we have to make home improvement great again. 248-539-9797. Brian, while we're talking on the show, at the break, you told me you got already people inquiring about roofs.
Absolutely.
We got to get Tim on board.
Just came over.
Tim, we have a territory for you. I think you'd be a rock star at it, like legit. Seriously, I'm just letting you know. I'm working with the founder, CEO.
Okay.
Mike Harvey. Shout out if he's listening. And literally, you understand what an industry disruptor is, don't you?
Absolutely.
So we disrupted the industry, and of course, Brian knows because Brian knows everyone. Are they talking about us, Brian?
Absolutely.
They're talking a lot of crap.
Oh
right?
yeah, I'm a traitor. I'm hated. They hate this, and
right.
And I'm like,
crazy.
I haven't done anything other than purchase a franchise because I saw an opportunity and a way for the homeowner to save tons of money.
Yeah, well, and that's important. So you, Tim, you basically are excited about 2024. So am I, and I think it's going to be really well. But I want to ask you, homeowners, the younger millennials in down, they want to buy home improvement from an app.
Yeah, some do. Some do.
No, I understand some, but I see the trend. You go into their house, they feel like you're invading their space. It used to be that people would welcome you in. Hey, you want to eat dinner with us? My dad always said if they offer you food or water or drinks, you say, "Oh, thank you. I'll have whatever you're having," and then take a sip and don't drink the rest of it. I remember one time, real quick side story. I was on one of my first leads, and the lady's like, "Oh, you're such a cute little kid. Let me get you something to drink." And I'm like, "Oh, I'll have whatever you're having." And she took a glass out of the sink. And it was one of those plastic glasses that had all those cracks in it.
Yep.
And I'm like, oi. And I'm OCD. So I'm thinking to myself, this is it. I'm not made for this business. I'm going to die. I'm going to run out of the house. I'm going to do something crazy. And she, she filled it full of milk. Okay. I'm thinking to myself, milk? I don't drink milk, especially in the daytime. Put it in my cereal.
Right.
Milk. Give me a chocolate chip cookie to dunk it. So I took a sip. And I'm like, oh, this is so good. And she's like, oh, no, drink it up, sonny boy. I'm thinking, okay, now I'm getting drugged. She's going to tie me up, stick me in the basement. But I didn't sell her anything. My bad. So you got a good deal. Where are you located?
We're Clinton Township, 14 and Harper.
But you do all Metro Detroit.
Yeah, we go everywhere.
That's important. What's the phone number if someone wants to call you?
833-6-SHELBY.
833-6-SHELBY. And then you have a website or a Facebook page?
Yep, ShelbyConstructionServices.com. Also Facebook.
Any of your guys listening today?
Hopefully they're working. No.
Okay.
Hopefully they're in a house selling home improvements.
That's a great answer. Would you have a shout out to your daughter or anyone else?
I tried to get my daughter to come in with me this morning, but it was a little too early for her. But shout out to my daughter Shelby. She's my inspiration and the reason I get up and do what I do every day.
Well, you're a good contractor. I've seen your work. We've worked together in the past. I want to give you a high five and props on the radio. You do good work. And
thank you. I appreciate it, Adam.
But there's always the but. Well, wait, there's more.
Like the Ginsu knives,
right? I have Ginsu knives. By the way, I do. Like from 30 years ago, I still have it. It still will cut a can in a tomato.
The best sales guy was Billy Mays, hands down.
You think so?
OxyClean. Come on.
What about ShamWow?
Hey, he copied Billy Mays.
Okay, I have the best of the best. You ready?
Okay.
And I know him personally. May he rest in peace. Here it is. Ron Popeil.
Yeah. The
Set it and forget it.
The
Come on now.
Vegematic.
The pocket fisherman.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had everything. By the way, I was a late night 800. Back in the day. Although I'm still that. I used to order stuff off TV late night.
Yeah.
Now in the middle of the night, I order stuff coming on Amazon. It shows up. I'm like, oh my God, I bought these gym shoe cleaners. I bought. I'm neurotic, crazy. Okay, so Brian, but wait, there's more. Brian, I think you and I should bring Tim in the office for a discovery day. For the roof resource.
Listen, I told him since day one.
Would you consider it?
I would, absolutely.
Come to the dark side, Tim.
We're all afraid of change, though,
These
right?
are not the droids you're looking for. But by the way, this is good change. This is a disruptor. There's a difference. When you disrupt an industry, it's over. People go crazy. They want this. It's a virtual. You're on Zoom for 15 to 20 minutes with the homeowner. And you tell them, here's the price. Mrs. Jones, I'd love to make you a customer. That's it.
Yeah.
Then they call other companies, and for 2 hours they get beat up. The price is $29,000. An hour later, it's $19,900. What if you said yes at $29,000?
Yeah, I never was a big fan of those sales
No,
practices,
you're like,
and
here's
we
the
don't
price.
operate like
Yeah,
that.
you never did. You're a good company. But I'm just saying, in roofing, my obligation as a home improvement expert is to get the homeowner the best value for their money, to show them who the best guys out there. You're one of them. Brian Lee's one of them. The Roof Resource is killing it right now. Next year, the Roof Resource will be the largest roofer in Michigan. How about them apples? That's your favorite fruit, right? Goodwill Hunting.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna tag team him.
Lock the door. Sign the papers.
Yeah. These are not the droids you're looking for. So that's cool. Well, I'm excited for that, and I'm glad. So the window business, there's no new technologies. Although I want the technology where you have an app on your phone and you hit the app and the windows fogs up instantly. So it's just like you don't need blinds.
Yeah,
How cool is that?
that would be pretty cool.
They have
They
it.
have it. No, but they have the new. It's not. It's not widely adopted. They will have it. So now, what about any coatings? Rain-X? Do you ever have any? Is there a coating for the windows that not from the manufacturer, but you just say, hey, buy windows and here's your Nano Magic?
Yeah, Plygem used to have it called Easy Clean Glass.
Okay.
Yep. Or Stay Clean Glass.
Yep.
There's a product right now called Nano Magic, and I know it's really good.
You know the funny part is you could buy anybody's frame, but the glass, there was only 3 glass companies.
Cardinal.
PPG,
Yeah. It used to be Ford. Remember
and
Ford
then
glass?
Guardian.
Guardian. Is he still in the glass business?
Yeah.
He was doing a lot of that. So yeah, I think is Cardinal the biggest? They put glass on everything.
Cardinal and PPG.
PPG, yeah. Okay.
But I'm saying the glass is what makes the window, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's the engine to the car.
right.
But the frame's important.
It is important, but the glass, once you get that glass, like Tim was saying, and you can meet the U values, you got a lower U value.
I like black windows. Can you do black frames?
Absolutely.
Can you paint a vinyl or not really?
It's not recommended.
Right. But black absorbs heat too.
It does.
But they used to say if you got a black vinyl window, you would void the warranty because the heat, the UV rays, would cause the seals
But
to
not if
prematurely
you
fail.
painted it black. But you buy a black window, like Marvin windows
Yep.
or gelled one. You can get those in black, right? But the new, the vinyls that are custom made. Oh, this is what I want to ask you. Brick to brick. So when you do a window, replace a window, I've seen them where the frames are super wide because they didn't do it right. How do you measure your windows?
Yeah, you know what it is, Adam? It's not the frames are super wide. It's they're putting in a smaller window. It's called a pocket replacement.
Okay.
And then on the outside,
They
they
wrap aluminum.
fill in that gap between the window and the brick with really wide aluminum trim.
Oy,
And it looks like you're looking through the porthole of a ship.
we don't want
it's
that.
awful.
You don't do that, right?
No, we do a brick to brick install. So it's a very streamlined look, very minimal
I
trim.
like a
is
thinner
required.
frame. It's just the way I
So
look
you
at
do
it.
a full frame replacement.
We can do a full frame, but what I'm talking about is so your brick opening on the exterior is always a little larger than your drywall opening on the inside. So a lot of companies will make the window fit the interior opening, which now leaves a gap on the outside.
Makes
between the
sense.
window
Makes
and the brick.
sense. All right, we're wrapping it up. Tim Trombley, Shelby Construction, Clinton Township. Thank you. 866.
833-6-SHELBY.
Oh, 8336 Shelby. Brian Lee, Metro Home Improvement, and the Roof Resource.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Everyone, thanks for listening. My name's Adam Helfman. This is Hire It Done. We'll see you next week.